I was listening to a politician today talking about the FISA court and how there are American citizens which are innocent and they're being monitored. So if you look at this document, you'll notice it says 50 USC 1801 1811. Well, USC means mandatory authority. US Code, United States Code, it's mandatory authority, and it's written by members of the U.S. House of Representatives. So, minimization means the reduction of something, especially something undesirable, to the smallest possible amount or degree. So, it appears that there are processes based on minimizing, gathering information, and for these people to say that you're a threat, they have to utilize government funds and they have to utilize federal agencies. So, since money is being pumped into this to the utilization of stakeholders, and this was just a few weeks ago, I went to the Fusion Center to see if I can do a records request. And I was being followed around by a group called the National High School Scholars Association. So, this was systematically being done towards me. I don't know if maybe they're trying to let me know, like, hey, we work with these guys. This guy was parked next to me. And sometimes I would go into stores and when I would come back, I would notice a vehicle with like 10 stickers, like different agencies in a circle. And they would just walk up to me, whistle, then leave the store. They would not even walk 10 feet in. It was just really weird. It even happened today. It happens when I go shopping every week. It's always something different. It's typically women that are ex-military, a defense contractor, Eastern Star. So, and when I seen this term minimization, it just made me think about covert action and secret law. So, if you do research on me, you can go to like Facebook, restricted 75921 is my username. You'll notice that I've been targeted state by state. Now, if you go to this channel called City of Austin Video Files, and you scroll down to the last playlist called City of Austin, you'll see some of my unlisted channels. And I've talked to the City of Austin, I've gone to police, federal agencies, I've been harassed by Citizens Corps. All these videos are unlisted pretty much. Well, most of them are. So I live in Florida, but when I was in Texas, I was severely harassed. I've written Congress so many times, it's ridiculous. And you'll notice this pattern where targets are confronted by people wearing black or dark clothes, maybe fleets of white vehicles. And it's systematic state by state. And many targets constantly tell me that when they contact their state attorney, like in Texas, there's no help. You may notice this pattern where you're being followed around in parks, harassed in parks. In Texas, it was all the time. I'd be harassed by American Legion members, cops, any partner to the FBI or CIA. I'd be harassed at the entrances. See right here, it says strange encounters and experiences with GS4. I would be harassed at the entrance of where I live at. And I have videos here where it shows people in blue shirts surrounding me. And when I talk to them, they say they're doing policing in a rural area, and it's only when I go out. So it stopped recently. I've gone to the FBI concerning computer losses. The list goes on. So when you do research on U.S. code and you read that it's written by our politicians, you may find it weird, like in my case.
Are you an
Hold on a
accountant
second.
looking to grow your business?
Hold
CorpNet
on.
can help. Through the CorpNet Partner.
I apologize. You may find it weird that TIs are taking that's me right there. They're taking the initiative to get help, to talk to politicians, and there's no support, there's no help. So many of us are in a situation where we've gone to the FBI, we've contacted federal agencies to record them slamming phones. So my assumption is that the government, well, it's not my assumption, it's what many targets are saying, even patriots, is that our government is becoming anti-government. So I've been living now in Florida for 5 years, and I have recorded the same exact tactics utilized me in Texas here in Florida. So this means I'm dealing with the same agency. So if you want to pinpoint where these people are coming from, you want to keep a pattern. And what I would do is I would drive to different parts of Orlando to go fishing, and I'd always stop at two places. Each week when I went out fishing, I would eat at a place in that district. I'd go to a gas station. And then I noticed at one area I was being harassed severely, and it was in the Winter Garden area. So I had been told in Texas by multiple people, which have worked for law enforcement, some that are they're active in the government right now, some are currently cops, and they helped me out along with one relative that's deceased that worked for the DEA. He had a top secret clearance. All of them mentioned the CIA. So when I moved here to Florida, I started getting harassed at gas stations by cops, emergency management personnel, and I noticed at this certain Wawa gas station in Winter Garden, I was being harassed by people wearing suits. Some had Virginia tags. You can clearly tell these guys are making over, six figures. Some of these people living in big homes. They work with CIA contractors. So I typed up CIA jobs, Winter Garden, Orlando, Florida. The only thing that came up was Winter Garden, Florida. So I was like, this is interesting. And I found a place in the area that said CIA maid service, and it's right next to a police department, and I think it's called OC Florida. It's next to Winter Garden, and one block away is a dark web monitoring service, which is good. We need to have people watch uh, these low lives that are on the net doing anything illicit. There's a lot of bad things on the dark web. I don't even mess with that stuff. So I started seeing traces of CIA assets, which were utilizing 8A business vendors. And I started noticing that I was being harassed by business owners. Many of them are veterans, radical feminists, transgender, LGBT, people that are trying to get defense contracts. So this one CIA contractor has a whole heap of business owners under his belt, and he's a CI contractor. And some of these contractors they subcontract, and then some of these other people that are hired they subcontract also. So it makes it impossible to be able to put this on the CIA. I mean, unless we had like a counterterrorism task force comprised of civilians that were apprehending and interrogating extremist threats to our Constitution, which is not going to happen. But that's the only way I could see this being solved, because the legal system is protecting these people and giving them immunity. So let's look at this again. U.S. code is, United States code is made by the U.S. House of Representatives. This activity is based on demoralization, warfare, targeting. So they have to minimize your ability to thrive. So, from what I understand and from what I'm seeing, these people are censoring people online. And I'm almost like 50 years old, a few years away. So, when I seen that I could not even comment on other TI's pages, our videos are getting the lowest views. They're put down so far that even when you search some of our videos, you don't even see them. So I started using this site called VK because I figured if something happens to me, if I'm harmed, I want another government to know about it. So if you're a TI, you can check out this app called VK. It's a Russian social media website, and you can save your music, you can put your photos here, or you can scroll. And if you're a target, it's sad, but many of us we experience harassment, censorship. I mean, look at this. This was on YouTube. To share your video visibility, excuse me, must be changed to unlisted. So I started noticing my comments weren't being seen. I go to a doctor, I'd be followed around by people with no tags. And if you use this app, you can. They got news on here, and there's even dating. Like there's an app here. Where is it at? Right here, you can click dating and stuff. And then this might be a new start for some TIs if they want to go to Russia and escape this. Because let's face it, our agencies are not helping us. And let me see. There's even an email on here. I'll share with you guys my email address. So if you ever want to email me, let me see here. Where is it at? Actually, I'm not going to share it right now, but I do have an email on here. I just got to go through the apps. So, anyways, you have to fiddle around with this. After a while, you get used to it. So, I just wanted to share that. And let me see if there's anything else. I think that's it. Oh, yeah. You can download, it's called VK email. So, I'm not going to share my email address because I might need to use this overseas because I may, if my targeting gets any worse, I think I'm just going to ask for political asylum or just leave the country and see how I can work overseas in Russia and make a living, do some normal stuff. Because I have proof that I've even contacted like Department of State, NSA, DHS. They just slam phones. So FBI, they just say we're not going to help you. When I have a stack of over 50 computers that no longer work, due to hacking and stuff. So I'm not going to waste my time talking to them. So, anyways, that's all I want to share. Stay strong. Oh, if you're being harassed systematically at supermarkets, stores, and stuff, just ignore these people the best that you can. They're utilizing women to harass me with kids sometimes. And in Texas, I have videos of women harassing me with no tag, driving black SUVs. And the VIN, when you scan the VIN and run it, it comes up that's not even registered in the United States. Really weird. And you can tell these people are making good money. They deal with Freemasons, they deal with American Legion. And most of these men are good people in American Legion. They use select members, they use Freemasons. Be very leery of Freemasons. Don't trust them. A lot of these guys will do anything for a dollar, and they know they're protected by police because they're police partners. So police aren't going to help you with this. And it's a known fact, according to the Freedom of Information Act. There are reports of CIA contractors giving police money, working with police chiefs, and it's been reported in New York City and in many cities that the CIA has been working with police. So don't trust them. Anyways, I'm not anti-law enforcement. I'm a target, and I'm telling people as it is. If you're targeted, people within the federal government, their word, what they say, is going to be respected by police, DNI. They're sharing information. Anything the CIA wants to be relayed down to police, it's being shared. The NSA, DNI, FBI, they're all in cahoots. And sure, many of these people are probably good people, but they don't have time to assess you or get to know you. So people are making assumptions on you. So, anyways, that's all I want to share. God bless. Stay strong. Peace.